This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
Visit abaeservices.com for fast medical transcription service. This podcast episode is brought to you by AB Music Creative.
Off mic, we were talking about Jennifer Paz.
Oh,
and then I
yes.
also told you that my wife wants to be in theater and all these things happening. And you mentioned that it's everybody can sing, that's fine. If we're Filipinos, we can say representation is okay.
Yeah.
However, the deal breaker or deal maker is the consistency of showing up. Can you explain that?
If you're doing theater and you're doing a play with music, it usually is more than one off. It's more than one time. You get a lot of people who can perform one time and they're really good. But when you're doing theater, whether you are a small theater, 99 seats, or you're doing one of these 500, 600 seat houses, you do very high quality work and you're charging people $20, $30, $40, $50 to sit. Can the performer perform at a high level many times a week?
Many times a week. Like sometimes twice a day?
For like maybe Saturday and Sunday. Yeah,
Wow.
on Broadway, it is 8 times a week.
How can you perform 8 times a week when you only have 7 days?
Two of those, like Saturday, 2 shows.
Wow.
Sunday, maybe 2 shows.
Wow. So no life.
No, you work very hard. And when you're young, when you're a young actor and you're getting paid big money or bigger money than you've ever had before.
That's your life.
Oh yeah, but after the show goes down, then it can be one long party. A friend of mine, a veteran actor who's passed away now. His name is Alvin. Alvin would tell these young actors, "Save your money, save it because you don't know. There may be days when you don't have this gig, so don't spend it all everything." That was his wisdom.
Is it big money, really?
Well, it's bigger than what they got through unemployment.
Like ballpark, like how much do you make a month?
Month?
If you were a character, not a bit role player in a play, but if you're a character actor in a play.
I don't know. I can tell you, like in Miss Saigon, and this is chorus actors back in the day, and this is in the 70s,
70s on,
about $1,000 a week.
oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Young people who have only gotten unemployment check, and they're getting $1,000 a week. Vegas or Atlantic City. So Alvin would say, save your money. Save it for those times. You are not as flush as you are right now. This is a gift. So
Right.
don't fritter it away. So it's very wise.
Now, the discipline involved.
Being able to repeat every night. We saw a production of Hamilton over the Pantages, and I really like the show, but I made the mistake of seeing the video clips too often. So when I see it live, it's like, I know it's coming. It's like, oh. So what I saw, I did not get lost in the story. I got caught up in the technique of making the show. I watched the choreography of the actors, where they moved. I listened to their voices. I listened to them working and observed how, like, certain actors, like, they stood out because there was a quality of performance or
Right.
personality, and an audience, like, responded to that. I also saw, I don't know how many times they had already done this show, 400 or 500 times, that they can hit the mark, they can say the line, but it is not necessarily full of the meaning that they had the first time. So like, first time they did it, to be or not to be, that is the question. 500 shows is to be or not to be, that is the question.
So they're changing the intonation to convey.
It becomes, it's like when you're playing a song that's your hit song, but you've been playing it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yes.
She loves you, yeah, but you're doing it, this is your 800 performance of that song.
Changing the,
Keeping it alive. How do you keep that alive? And actors who get caught in a long show, that is their challenge. The challenge is, like, how do you make it the first time? And I think they are obligated to make it look like it is their first time. To the audience who doesn't know, like, oh, that's wonderful. To people who have seen the show before or have seen it 2 or 3 times, they can tell, oh, that's different. That's interesting. That wasn't so good. That was astounding. You know, you begin to tell
Right.
variance in performance. And that is itself like a muscle. Consistent performance at a high level 8 times a week is a muscle. There is a one year at the Tonys, Neil Patrick Harris is doing this song, and he talks about actors creating miracles 8 times a week on Broadway. He's because that's what they're trained to do. You want a miracle? We can do that 8 times a week. We can give you magic on stage, live, and they do. But it takes profound amount of skill, a lot of talent, and then a little elbow room. The Quincy Jones would say, you know, intellectual analysis all well and good, but you got to leave a little room for God to walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, got to leave a little room for God to walk through, to be or not to be. That didn't come. You didn't do that last night. You did that tonight.
Those are not ad libs, no. Those are
But it is variation.
Those are moments that
Different actors, different styles, and sometimes they'll throw in stuff that isn't in the script, but it's either noise, or if they actually throw in a line. What did you say? What? Yeah. And be very careful that all of a sudden you're writing a new play.
right.
Yeah, and this reminds me of a very funny story, and you go off and like you don't want to do that.
But has it been done?
Oh, sure.
Like because of boredom, actors will
Yes.
just go off on a tangent.
Yes.
And in your head, if I'm acting with you in my head, I'm going, what the heck are you doing?
Oh, seriously.
Have you worked with someone like that?
Yeah, not opening night. It was, we were doing a show, and an actor came on, and he's a younger actor, but he suddenly had a beard that he never had before, and we're singing the song, and I turn and I didn't take to it real well. I said, "What the hell?" I'm old school like that. I said, if director didn't put it there, what are you doing?